Yup, so what's up guys, my name is Siddharth and welcome back to the channel. So OnePlus has been launching smartphones left, right and center. And from a point where they were launching just 2 smartphones in a year, they have reached a point to launch 6 or more smartphones in a year. And with the inclusion of Nord series, their current smartphone lineup is becoming more confusing. So it's about time that we look back and see the old smartphones from OnePlus, like this OnePlus 7 which was launched in 2019. How do they hold up? Do they offer the same performance which they were promised to? Are they receiving software updates? And how about the battery life or the camera performance? Let's talk about all these things and allow me to share my experience of using this OnePlus 7, as I use this as my primary device for over 2 years now. So guys, with that being said, before we get started, I request you to take a moment, hit that subscribe button and also give this video a like. And now let's get started. So for the first, let's talk about the front of this OnePlus 7. So this OnePlus 7 on the front has a 6.4-inch AMOLED display which is capped at 60Hz and come with a resolution of Full HD. And if you ask me about the experience of using this AMOLED display, then I would say that 6.4-inch size fits comfortably in the hand and the viewing angles are also nice. This AMOLED display is capable of delivering HDR content as well. And if you ask me about the content consumption and movie watching experience, then the both have been a breeze on this. And also the front is protected with Gorilla Glass 6, and so it has managed to survive the few occasional drops that I've thrown on it from the waist height. So the display overall gets a big fat thumbs up from my side. And now let's talk about the build quality. How has it been aged in the past 2 years? And now let's talk about the build quality of this OnePlus 7. So this OnePlus 7 comes with a plastic frame and a glass at the rear, and this glass is protected with Corning Gorilla Glass 5. And so I have used this OnePlus 7 with the Spigen case. This is a very good case, 100% recommended. I'll leave the Best Buy link in the description. And so I have not encountered any scratches on the rear, or not that it got cracked once. So it has served pretty well. But the plastic frame is like something to concern about. Like, it is a flagship, like it costed around 35,000. So it must come with a metal frame, which added to the premiumness of this device. But never mind, this came with a plastic frame and it is holding pretty well. And only at the around the charging port, which is used continuously in day-to-day life, has got the paint job faded. Overall, the build quality seems solid and feels durable in the hand, and so the build quality is also an area which is not to be concerned about and will hold pretty well in the coming years also. And now let's talk about the performance, which is beneath the back. And now let's talk about the performance. But before I talk about the performance, let me give you a spec refresh or tell you about the flagship specs of a 2019 smartphone. So that was the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855, which was Qualcomm's flagship processor at that time. UFS 3.1 storage, which was and is the choice of the storage of modern smartphones right now, and 6 or 12 gigabytes of RAM. So I'm happy to report that this OnePlus 7 right in my hand has all those three things. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 holds the performance pretty well. You throw any day-to-day task or a heavy application, it handles it pretty well. The UFS 3.1 storage shows that it opens or breezes through files in a snap, and the 6 and 8 gigabytes. And this OnePlus 7 that I'm holding right now, this mirror blue finish comes with a 6GB RAM variant, and so this also keeps all the apps in the memory pretty nicely. So all these things coupled together gives it a red hot performance. And you know what else is red hot? Is the red subscribe button. So go ahead, hit that red subscribe button, as we are very near to 500 subscribers. And so all these things coupled together gives it a lasting performance. And I can say that the performance on this smartphones is something which you need not tension about. And even after the update, as in the last upload I talked about that after the OS 11 update, with that the performance has taken up a hit. And as I talked in the last video about the whole update and the performance scenario, then you can click on the I button and check out that video also and know more about the performance after that update. And so with that being said, now let's talk about the cameras and then the battery life. And now let's talk about the cameras. The cameras on this phone are pretty weak when they were launched, and the same has been continued till now. It comes with a 48 megapixel primary IMX586 sensor and a 5 megapixel namesake depth sensor. To the front, it comes with a 16 megapixel IMX471 selfie shooter, which is pretty old sensor, and it is being used in the OnePlus devices from OnePlus 5 days, and it is still being used. And I don't know what OnePlus thinking about the selfie camera, as they are not taking it for any importance and taking it for granted only. And the camera performance is mediocre at its best. It is not reliable. The daylight performance is somewhat acceptable, but the low light performance is straight up trash. You can see the samples on your screen right now, and they speak for themselves. Like, the performance in daylight and the HDR is pretty handled pretty nicely with the IMX586 f1.7 aperture, but same is not true in the low light case. And so the camera performance has taken up a hit after the OS 11 update, and as I talked in that video also, the cameras are not up to flagship level and would disappoint you. But if you are thinking of getting it in second hand or at a price of rupees 20,000, the cameras are comparable to devices that are found in that budget. So for that, these cameras are sustainable. But for the others competition with the flagship, then these cameras fall short. With that being said, now let's talk about the battery, as that is something which is a very important factor when buying a second hand phone. And now let's talk about the battery life of this OnePlus 7. So this was launched with a 3700 mAh cell and comes with a 20-watt dash charge. So at the time when I got this phone, this used to give me around 5 to 6 hours of screen on time with light to heavy usage, like including playing games for half to 1 hour or using Instagram, WhatsApp, and that casual day-to-day stuff. But now after the recent OS 11 update, the battery life has fallen short, and with the always on display turned on, the screen on time has fallen by an hour or half. And now on the usual days, the day-to-day usage, the screen on time which I get is around 4, and max to max 4 hours 30 minutes. So if you are keeping in mind the battery life and comparing with the mid-ranges of around 20 to 18,000 rupees, then the battery life feels short. But if you think the bigger picture, then it comes with a 20-watt dash charge which fuels up the battery in around 80 to 100 minutes. So that's about the battery life, and that was my experience with the OnePlus 7 and how has it been aged in the past 2 years. And now let me give you the conclusion that should you buy this OnePlus 7 in 2021 or not. So guys, if you are looking for a smartphone at around 20,000 and getting a sweet deal on this OnePlus 7, then I guess the information that I delivered in this video is pretty much viable to make a purchase decision or not about this OnePlus 7. And if you have any doubts till now, then do hit me up in the comment section with your doubts. And I've told you all about like how is the performance, how is the camera performance, or if the battery life has aged good or not. So guys, that was all from this video. I have delivered my content as to how I feel of this OnePlus 7 in 2021. So guys, that was all from this video. I hope you liked the content and found it helpful. And if that was the case, then do hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel for more exciting videos. We are very close to 500 subscribers. Subscription from your side would definitely help us in reaching 500 subscribers sooner than expected. Till then, this was your host Siddharth. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and I hope to see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.